under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And you're gonna start with your cat and cow. So you're gonna curl the tail underneath. And then you spread the sit bones, dip the belly low. And again, zip up, pull the belly towards the spine, towards the ceiling. Press into your hands. And then spread through your sit bones. Good, dropping the belly a little bit. And again, you round. And spread the sit bones. Last time, curl up. Press into the palms, so you're pulling your skin to your muscles, to your bones. Rounding all the way through the spine. Drop your head. And then roll your pelvis back and away. Dip the belly a little bit and head comes up. Good, shake it out. All right, so this series is called swimming. So it starts, you can keep, the option is if you're feeling unstable to keep both hands down. We're gonna take one leg out. You're gonna make sure you pull the belly in and you rotate that top hip down. We did this one last week. And we're gonna tap the toe and you lift it back up. And you tap and you lift. And if you'd like to progress this, you can bring the opposite arm out and then you tap and lift. Careful that you don't drop onto that supporting leg. You're really pulling up, stretching that arm away from your toe, and you're tapping and lifting. And tap and lift. Exhale, tap and lift. We've got 3 more. 2 and 1. And we can rest. So both hands down now. Leg's gonna stay up. That arm goes back out, but now we're going to a T, and we're gonna tap the leg up and down for a few. And again, watch that we're not rotating towards that supporting leg. Last time here, you're gonna keep it lifted, and we're gonna do circles with the leg. So again, trying not to deviate the spine. Tummy is pulling in. Little tiny circles with that leg, and reverse that circle. And again, you can put your hand down at any time to make sure that your spine is nice and neutral. Last time here. Good, and we rest. Arm and leg can come down if you need. You can stretch the glute out. We're gonna keep moving for those of us that wanna progress. If you'd like to stay here, you can just do some more toe taps or stretch the glutes out. To move on, we're gonna do some rotations here. So the free arm is gonna go underneath. You're gonna thread the needle, and then you come back up. The coming up is the hard part. So you start at the T, that arm goes underneath, and then it comes back up. And again. So trying not to move the leg up to get the arm underneath. Last time. Back out to the T, arm comes down, leg comes down, sit back on your heels. You can open up the knees, stretch the arms through the center of the body. Good. Take your time. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the other side. So I'm not sure what leg you guys started on, but I'm moving on to my right leg as the mobile leg. So that goes out, I check in, make sure my pelvis is not rotated in any direction, and I start my toe taps. Feel free to stay here, or that opposite arm can reach out in front of you. Exhale as you tap, inhale to lift. Press into that supporting side, especially that arm. You're not leaning. Good. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down, leg stays up. Brief inhale, exhale here. Arm comes back out to the T, and you can do your toe taps here. Feel free to stay here, or you can add those little circles. So trying not to move that spine. Press into that supporting side. Pull the abdominals up towards the spine. Good, and reverse that circle. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. Arm comes down, leg stays up. 1 round of breath here. Arm comes back out to the T. We're gonna thread the needle so it goes through the center. and then you come back out. Press into that supporting side to equal yourself back out. And we thread the needle. Exhale as you come back up. And again. Exhaling will recruit more of the abdominals. 2 more. Keep that leg up. Last time. And arm comes in, leg comes in, and we sit back. So a lot of work for the abdominals and the glutes, but also probably in the armpit, the ribs of that supporting side. One more round of breath here. Okay. Roll out those wrists. You guys doing okay? Alrighty, we're coming back to our hands and knees. If this is hurting your wrist, by the way, an option is to roll up your mat so that your hands can be a little bit more forward, so that decreases the angle here. Or you could do something like a yoga block or a rolled up towel, or like dumbbells if you have those, bless you. All right, so we're gonna do a little plank prep. So knees come together, flex those toes, and we're gonna hover the knees off the mat. So we lift up, and we lower down. And again, we press up, watch those elbows, make sure they're not locking out, and you lower down, and again, up, and down. So we're watching that the butt isn't lifting up like this, it's just the knees hovering, and down. Feel free to stay here. I'm gonna show the progression. We lift the knees up, and then you're gonna pick one toe up, and then you put it back down, and then the other, and down. Knees stay super glued together, spine is neutral, press into the palms, up and down, and up and down. So you're either lifting and lowering the knees together, or you're keeping the knees up and you're lifting and lowering the toes. Last 2, last 1, and knees come down, rest. One more round of breath. Okay. You can choose to stay with the lift and lowers, and you'll just do another set of picking the knees up. Or if you'd like to progress again, you can pick the knees up, one leg stretches out, and then it comes back in. And then the other one goes out, and it comes back in. Or again, we can drop the knees, and we pick up, and drop, and up. So your choice for whatever your body needs today, and down. We lift up, and down. Or our knees are staying up, and we're stretching the leg out to our plank. It's staying off the ground though. Good. Last one, each side. Back to center, knees down, and rest. Roll those wrists out. And reverse those circles. Good, okay. Last thing here for our plank series, you can choose to do your forearms or on your hands, it's up to you. So I'll show both. Okay, so we're along our mat. We come on up to our plank. So this would be the forearms. You can drop both knees and then you lift back up and you drop and rest and up and you drop and up. So that's one option. The other option is to go up onto your hands doing your full plank, and you drop the knees and lift and drop and lift. You can also do this on your hands and knees a little bit closer in like we were just doing. So here we go. Whatever version you choose is good. Just go with it, commit to whatever you choose. And here we go, we're dropping and lifting, sending those heels back as you straighten the legs. Strong upper body. Ribs are knitted together. Last 2. Last 1. Drop the knees and rest. Roll the wrists out if you need. So this might be uncomfortable on the wrist, but it's good to strengthen them. So as long as there's not any sharp pains, a little tiredness is okay. Meredith, be careful with the amount of weight on your wrist, just to take breaks when you need. Okay. Last plank thing here. Again, same positions. You can either do forearms or full, up onto your arms there. This one, we drop one knee at a time. So like running. So abs stay pulled in, and you're dropping one knee. And inhale all the way, and exhale all the way. And in, and out. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Guys, do you want to mute yourself? Good, thanks. Alrighty. Let's come on to our bums. Give our wrists a little bit of a break. You guys doing good? Okay, good. Alrighty. So we'll do a little stretch here and then we'll move on to our seated ab work. So we start up tall. Let's have your legs a little bit wider than your mat. We're gonna round forward and reach your hands through the center of your legs. Kind of just giving the upper body a little bit of a rest. And round yourself back up. Another seated position is you can do crisscross applesauce and round forward. Up to you what feels good for your body. One last time. You're gonna round forward. Stretching out the back, giving the hands and the upper body a little bit of a rest. Good, and round yourself back up. Spine is nice and tall. Okay, so these abs is where we'll have the different seating positions. So I'll show them here with the support. So we're gonna do scissors. This is the supine series. So the scissors, one leg goes up, one leg is down. You pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. Okay? You guys get going on that, and I'll show the alternate seating position. So you can do this against the couch, a bench, or on your forearms. You kind of round down. One leg is straight, one leg is up, pull, pull, switch, pull, pull. You need to go a little bit slower on this version. You can hold lower or higher on your legs, depending. Yep. You can hover that bottom leg, or you can just set it down. Pull, pull, okay? Keep going. If you're on your back, supine, keep going that direction. And we pull, pull. And again, your upper body is curled off. Pull, 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 pull. We're trying not to really pull the legs that much. Should be the abdominals that's doing this work. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Hug the knees in towards your chest if you're on your back. Set your legs down if you're just resting up against something. Okay, moving on. All the same seating positions for you, okay? Going back onto our back, we're doing our double leg stretch. So arms can be either behind your head. You're gonna scoop out your low abdominals. Toes are pointed and you're gonna reach the legs out and they come back in. So this is the most beginner version here. Keeping your hands behind your head if you're doing the supine work. If you'd like to advance from here, arms can be at the knees. They reach up overhead like you're taking off a top hat and bend back in. And again, you reach out and you bend back in. Exhale, you reach and in. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like to progress even further, arms reach up and then they circle around as you curl up. Take off your top hat, circle around, and reach, circle around. So keep going with whatever variation you're in. Good, propped up on the pillows. I'll show that one. Legs are here and you're reaching out and you come back in and out and in. Even propped up, you can do the circle arms if you'd like. And you reach out and in and out and in. Last 3, whatever version you're doing. Last 2. Last 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest and rest. Good. Don't forget your exhales. And again, I will show one thing while you guys are catching your breath. Careful, whatever version you were doing, when you send the legs out, check out my low back. There's an arch here. I don't want to see that. So really pull those abdominals in, scoop out the low belly. Whatever version you're doing, you should keep that abdominal connection, okay? Good job. Don't forget to breathe also. Your breath is your friend. All right. Back onto our back. Legs go up towards the ceiling. Head can stay down at first. And we're gonna lift and lower the legs. So for me, I can only go about right here before my back starts to arch. So wherever that position is for you, that's good. And we're just lifting and lowering the legs. Good. If you'd like to add a little bit more, you can come to a curl up and lift and lower here. If you'd like even more of a workout, arms can go up. They reach towards the legs and then they reach back. So you're coming to a V almost. So those are the three options. Keep going with whatever variation you're at. If you're choosing the propped up version, legs can go here and they lower down and back up. This is gonna be a limited range of motion. You might have more success bending the knees, lowering down halfway, or probably the greatest range of motion is gonna be propped up on your forearms. Keep going with wherever you are. And back up. You've got two more at your own pace. Last two. Last one. Good. And rest. Take breaks when you need. Everyone's at a different spot in their bodies. Okay, moving on. I'll show the supine ones first. This one's called windmill. So legs start straight up to the ceiling. One leg lowers and one leg stays, like we did our scissors. They're gonna side split and windmill all the way around to the opposite scissor, and then legs come back to center. And then you reverse. So we split, circle the legs out, and we come back to our scissor, reach back up to the ceiling, and again. Exhale, we circle around, center, and split, windmill, here, and center. So keep going if you're choosing the supine exercise, or you can do it here. Split, circle, and back up. Circle, scissors, and up. It's a lot of hip flexors, but you got it. Scissor, windmill, scissor, and together. Last time. Good. And rest. Good. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Rest. Or you can kind of sit with your legs in a butterfly, stretch out those inner thighs and hip flexors. Good work. All right, last little abdominal exercise here. This is hard. This is a hard one. So just set the expectation. Okay, so I'll show the legs. Legs are gonna be in a V. One knee's gonna bend in and then it stretches out. And it comes in and stretches out. So this is gonna be the propped up version, if you'd like to do it on your forearms, and you can add a little side bend towards the knee that's bending. So maybe you want to start with this one, do a little prep, get those abdominals and obliques work in. Okay, if you'd like to progress, you're going to be holding the back of your head and you're going to curl to the one side with your elbow, and you curl and stretch, oblique and stretch, and side bend and stretch. So try to reach your armpit towards that knee. Coming back to center every time. And out. Exhale as you rotate. Really hiking that knee. We've got two more each side. I'm doing them all with you. Last one each side. Stretch the legs out and rest. Woo! Good work, guys. Those suck. Alrighty. We're gonna stretch those hip flexors out now. So I'll give some options. You can start actually on your back if you want to stay down there. One leg can go long, and you could pull the other one in toward your chest. So here's one option to stretch the hip flexors. If we can't lay on our back or we don't like that stretch, we can come up to kneeling. One leg slides forward, one slides back, and you drop the hips down. Really inhale, exhale into the stretch. Pull the belly up to support that stretch. You can roll towards it and roll away. You can lower down to your elbows If you'd like to increase the stretch more, you can go to your pigeon. So that front leg turns out, you come back on top of your knee. And you can lower down. This is more of a glute stretch, but it does stretch that hip flexor if you need. Breathe into these stretches. Good, and easy come out of it. And let's go to the other side. So whatever stretch you chose, let's just move to the other leg. Usually when stretching the hip flexors, if you engage the abdominals a little bit more before you stretch, you're gonna get a deeper sensation there. Also rotating towards that leg will probably increase it. And maybe move to your pigeon. If you'd like, you can lower down onto your elbows. Good, we've got 2 more rounds of breath. You guys stay here and stretch. Okay. Gently come on up, take your time. We're gonna come to one more hip flexor stretch. So one leg comes forward, we're gonna come to our lunge here. And we just reach that leg forward. We did a lot of hip flexors, lots of abs here. Arms can lower down if you'd like, or you can reach one arm up and lift up towards the ceiling. Good, lengthen that front leg out. Don't fall over like I just did. And reach your hands down, give that hamstring a stretch. Drop the head, the forehead towards the knee. Good, and let's switch. So we start upright, really sink forward and down. You can add that arm reaching up, and then reach up even higher. Pull the abdominals up and arch that back slightly. Good. And straighten that front leg, hands are down on the mat, head drops towards the knee for the hamstring stretch. One more round of breath. Good, okay. And come on down to our seated position. Legs are wide again. Arms are out to the side. We've all done our saw before, right? So we're sitting up nice and tall on our pelvis. Arms are out to the side. You inhale up first, rotate. Turn the back thumb down and reach your pinky finger towards your pinky toe. Head goes towards the knee. Roll up in your rotation. Come back to center. And again, rotate. Exhale, back thumb goes down to increase that stretch. And you roll up and back to center. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, yep, thumb goes down. Head towards the knee, keep the opposite hip down. Return, back to center. Inhale to rotate, ring out that spine. Exhale, dive that head forward. Reach that thumb down. And stack the spine up. Back to center. And we rest. Good. Okay. We're going to stay seated. Knees are going to be bent. Feet are flat. All right, this is called half rollbacks. I think everyone's probably done these, but they're good. You're going to have your arms out in front of you, palms facing down. You're going to scoop out your low belly and roll off your sit bones. Shoulders stay down. And then you come back up and you round over your legs. And again, you scoop out the low belly. You should be in a C shape here. And then you round forward. So we're staying round the whole time, rocking off the sit bones, lengthening the front of the hips. Round forward. And again, exhale. Inhale, round forward. And exhale, lengthen out. And round. And again. Last time like this. And back over. And rest. Hands onto the shins. And hang the head. And then you're going to stack the spine, rolling from tail to head, all the way back up. Good, arms come back. Same motion with the spine, but we're going to do our obliques. So we roll back halfway, arm swings out to the side, look towards that pinky finger, and then come back up. And again, re-rotate, and back up, and again. Exhale as you scoop out the low belly. Inhale to return. Keep going. Another option is hands can go underneath the knees to support you, and you can just round back and sit back up. And back up. Really pulling, stretching into the spine. Keep going if you're having your rotations. Last time, each side. And we sit back up, hands on the shins, round forward and rest. Good work, guys. Slowly roll yourself up from tail to head. Good, okay. So that option I gave to hold underneath your knees, we're gonna all do that now. And we're gonna practice that same rolling through the low belly off the sit bones. So arms stay kind of bent, chest is nice and high. You round back, your chest kind of sinks a little bit, and then you roll back up. And again, roll off the sit bones and you pull up. Good, 2 more like this. Last time, sit back up. Good, now you can choose to stay there, keep doing that exercise, or you can kind of rock back onto your sit bones and you're gonna squeeze the legs together and hover the legs here, okay? So we're just gonna balance like this for a little bit. Squeeze those inner thighs, choose to stay here, or you can take one hand off or the other. Remember, this is also an option to be in this rounded position here. So we're balancing, chest is nice and high. Good. If you're doing this option, we're gonna stretch one leg out and we come back to center. And again, this can also be done here on your forearms. And we stretch. Lots of hip flexors again. Back to center. Got 2 more like this. Choose to stay here, or you can come onto your forearms for your double leg stretch. If you'd like to continue on your balance, we're stretching up to our teaser. Use those abdominals. Last time. And round through the low back and rest. Shake that low back out. You can grab your knees and make circles with your knees. Or if you can't lay on your back, you'd like to stretch the hip flexors out, you can come back to your pigeon pose. Good job. One more round of breath here for your stretch. Okay, we're gonna come onto our backs for the next one. We're gonna cross the ankles and we're gonna try to lift the bum off the ground slightly. So you're gonna squeeze and lift. I'll show an alternate seating option after this. So again, you're squeezing the abs. You're almost your diamond shape is getting narrower as you reach the toes to the ceiling. So it's those low abs. So keep going if that's the option you're choosing. If we can't lay on our back, again, we're resting up against something. And you're not gonna be able to pick your bum off. You're just gonna have your diamond shape and you're gonna squeeze those abdominals, get narrower and release. And you squeeze up and release. And release. And we go up, yep, good job. And we're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and release. So if you're on your back, you can just roll your hips from side to side or put your feet down on the ground to rest. If you're not on your back, you can just come to seated and catch your breath. Okay, last little seated ab exercise here. We're going back to our teaser. So again, option to stay on your forearms or propped up against something. If you're choosing the more advanced option, you can rock back onto your sit bones, have a nice teaser shape with your spine here. Arms are going to be out to the side. You're going to open the legs to a diamond shape, and then you come back to your parallel. And you open and close. Little clams here and close. And again, you could do this on your forearms. Clams and open. Open and close. Good. Yep. And you've got 3 more. So we're opening and closing. And we open and close. All right, choose to stay here, or you're going to open to your clam, stretch the legs out so you're in a turned out V, then you bend back to your diamond and you close. So again, on your forearms, it would be diamond, stretch the legs out, diamond shape, and close, and open, press, diamond, and close. If you're in your teaser, again, it's open, stretch, diamond, and close. You've got 2 more. Last one. And then you can lay on your back and stretch your hip flexors. And again, if you can't lay on your back, flip around and do your lunge. With 1 knee down and 1 leg back. Good. We're going to do 3 rounds of breath here. Really full round breaths. Sinking lower into whatever stretch you chose. Last time. Good. Okay. We're going to move on to our side lying work. So I will again show lots of options so you can choose which one you'd like. So the first one is side bend. So two options. Legs are going to be kind of open, ankles are crossed. This bent leg that's up goes in front, and then arm rests on top. Good. And we're going to press up. You're going to rest onto your knee. Yeah, and then you sit back down. And you press up, and you go down. Good. So you can stay here. This is also a good warm-up. Or you can do the full side bend, which you stretch out that shape a little bit more, and you press up, squeeze the inner thighs, and then you put the hip down. And again, you press, really arching over and down. And again, press, inner thighs zipping together if you're choosing the advanced version. Last time, whatever version you're at, if you're doing the half one, this is good. And we're gonna circle the arms. And 2. Last 1. Good, and bum comes down and you rest. Good. Okay, next one. I'm going to show the beginner version first. So beginner version is you're on your side. Front leg crosses probably by like your knee. You're going to turn that long leg in and you're going to lift it up and down. And you lift it up and down. So this is the beginner version. This is a really nice inner thigh exercise. If you'd like to do the advanced version, you're going to come up onto your knee. This leg is straight. And then you're going to lift that bottom knee up and down. And up and down. Lots of inner thighs here. And down. Last 2, whatever version you're doing. Last 1. Bum comes down if you're in the advanced. And rest if you're doing the beginner. Good job. Okay. Everybody come down onto their sides now. Legs are long, you're in the center of your mat. You can prop your head up if you'd like, or you can choose to lay your head down. Both legs turn out, and we're going to do our développé. So you drag that toe along the leg. Once it gets to the knee, you reach the toe to the ceiling, flex the foot, lower down. And again, point the toe, drag it along the leg. Keep that external rotation, point the toe to the ceiling. Exhale. Pull the leg down. And again. So if you're experiencing any clicking in the hips, recruit more of the abdominals by exhaling. And also you don't have to make this as dramatic. You can also avoid the clicking by bringing your leg further forward so you're not in so much external rotation. like this. Good. My hips are still clicking though. We're gonna reverse. So now we lift up, come to your knee and stretch the leg long. And again, we lift up to the knee and stretch. Don't forget about the turnout, especially at the bottom. Reach that hip away from your head. So you're stretching out that side body. You don't want to be crunchy. Last time, lift. Come to your knee and you stretch. Good. You can roll onto your back and stretch out those glutes if you need. If you can't lay on your back, you can do a seated glute stretch. So instead of crisscross applesauce, the legs go on top of each other and you round forward. Good. Alrighty. One more round of breath here in this stretch. And then we got to do the other side. So we'll start with the side bend. Arm is on top of the knee. And we come up and we go down. So since we've already demoed this, I'll just do a few and then I'll give some other options if we're feeling like this is not what we want to do today. So if you don't want to do the side bend series, you can lay onto your side and you can do your clams like this. So legs just open, feet stay together. And then you would do your inverted clams if you'd rather do this series. Keep going with your side bends. Progress to the full advanced version if you'd like. And then you could also do your fire hydrants here if you choose not to do the side bends. So we're coming up to our last press and we hold wherever you are and we circle the arms. 2, 3, and we come down to rest. Good. Gonna move on to the inner thighs. So you lay on your side, leg bends, it's kind of in front of the knee. You're gonna turn that bottom straight leg in and you lift it up towards the ceiling. So try not to hyperextend that leg. You're gonna get a lot of tension underneath the knee. That's not gonna feel very good. So keep doing that, or if you'd like to do the advanced version, where you're kind of up on your side here, and you lift that bottom knee up. And place it down. And a lot of work for the upper body here. Last 3, whatever version you're doing. Last 2. Last 1. And rest. Good. Gonna come onto your side. You can brace your head or you can lay it flat, up to you. We're gonna do our développés. So legs are turned out, both of them are. You bend the knee, bring the toe up towards the knee, stretch the toe to the ceiling, flex the foot, drag it down. Use the tummy to articulate this movement. Drag the knee up to the knee, point the toes, flex the foot, drag it down. And again, point the toes. Really wrap those hips and glutes around to create that external rotation. Last time this way. Flex the foot, drag it down. And reverse, flex the foot. Hinge up, point the toes, bend the knee, and you push, rotating more as you lengthen out. Flex the foot, point the toe, and press, and flex, point, bend, and stretch. Last 2, flex, point, bend, and drag. Last 1, flex, point, bend, and drag. Good. Roll onto your back for your glute stretch, or you can do your seated. Legs are stacked and you reach forward. You've got 3 rounds of breath here. Feel free to get water and all that. Last full round breath. Doing okay, guys? Thumbs up. Yes. Good. Okay. Last side lying series here is our side plank. So again, I'll give lots of options. If you're going to do the traditional side plank, then you're going to be on your forearm as one progression, or you can be up on your hand. Okay, so you're going to pick the side up, so you're in a nice long line. Arm can be here or up, and we're just going to hold. The other option is to be up on your side here. Good. Last 3, 2, 1, and we drop the hips. Good. The hand can also be in front of you here to support you. All right, next rep, we go back up. Arm is up this time, and we lower the arm down, and we reach it back up. Keep that side lifted, and down. Arm goes up, and down, and up. 2 more. Last 3, and down. I realize I said 2 and then 3, but you guys know what I meant. Good, okay. Last variation on this side. And again, that other one we did, you could do up here as well. Okay, so we're back onto our forearm or our hand, and we're gonna do little dips. So we drop down and we press back up, and down, and up, and down, and up. If you're up here, hip drops and you press back up. And press lots of obliques, lots of QL. 2 more. Last one, and rest. Bend the knees, and you're gonna side bend the other direction. Woo! You're gonna feel that one tomorrow. You can kind of round towards those knees, and then round back. Good. Okay. Sadly, we gotta do the other side. Okay, so we're on our forearm, legs are straight, and we pick the body up. Arm can be here or gently touching the ground to support you, and we hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Catch your breath. Good. Okay, we gotta go back up. Arm goes up this time, and we press down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up, and down, and up. 3, 2, last 1, and we rest. Alrighty, last round. Here we go. Press back up for your dips. Here we go. Drop the bum and back up. Hip reaches down and up, and down, and up. Or you could be up on your arm here. And we go down and up. You've got 2. Last 1. Press all the way up before you rest. Bend the knees. Side stretch the other way. Don't hold your breath for the stretch. Round towards your knees maybe. Rotate the spine up maybe. Good. And we come back up. Woo! Good job, guys. Alrighty. Let's just do a little cool down before we finish. So we're gonna start seated. Legs can be wide. We start up tall, and we're just gonna stretch the spine, roll through the center. Reach the arms forward. We're gonna hang out here for a second. Knees can also be bent if this feels better for you on the hamstrings. Really breathe into the legs and in the back, any tight spots here. Gently walk your hands over to one side. Put one hand on the outside of your leg, one hand on the inside. And try to rotate your tummy so that it's on your thigh, and then you stretch forward. Dropping the forehead towards the Maybe with each exhale, you get a little lower. And walk the hands back through the center. Then we're going to the other side. One hand on the outside, one hand on the inside. Maybe you get lower with each exhale. If you're feeling like the legs are pulling back on you and you're not allowing yourself to fold forward, you can shorten the space in between the legs and you can come up a little higher. I'd rather you relax into the stretch and not have the muscles tensing up because that's counterproductive. One last breath here. Walk your hands back towards the center. And one last big inhale here, and exhale, reach even further if you can. And then slowly walk your hands back up to center, back towards your pelvis. Head should be the last thing. And you roll the spine up. We're going to come to crisscross. So you can either do crisscross applesauce if you'd like, or you can cross one leg on top for a little bit more of a glute stretch. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do exactly what we did with the legs long. So we'll roll down, reach through the center, walk your hands out to wherever feels comfortable. If this position is not accessible because of the tightness in the hips, you can work on just pressing the knee down if it's stuck up like this, or you can do crisscross applesauce, up to you. Good. Now rotate towards the toes of the top leg. So move your whole body towards your toes. So you're reaching on an angle now. Try to keep that glute down, the one that you're stretching away from. Drop the head. This should feel more intense. Good, and then walk the hands through the center. You're going to stretch the other direction. Good, back to center. Walk your hands up slowly. Don't clench any of those muscles that we just worked or stretched. And we gotta flip the legs. So now the opposite leg goes on top. Again, if this is feeling kind of crunchy and your hips are not liking this, just work on exhaling and pressing that leg down. If this is a fine spot for you to work from, go ahead and start to roll down and reach the arms forward. And rest here in the center. Drop the head. Big round inhales and exhales all the way out. And walk the hands towards the toes of the front leg. Shift your head onto the other side of your foot if you can. Keep that hip down. You're stretching the crown of your head away from that sit bone. And walk through the center to the other side. Same goes for here. Head is reaching towards that kneecap. Crown of the head is reaching away from the sit bones. Arms are stretched out long. Good, and gently walk your hands back to center. And then walk your pelvis back up. Tail to head, we roll through the spine, roll the shoulders down your back. And to finish here, you can move to crisscross applesauce. One hand on your upper belly, one hand on your lower belly. You can maybe close your eyes. And we're going to do 3 round breaths. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow it all the way out. Release the hands onto the knees and gently open your eyes.